Is that 508?
Yeah. Nah, I'm back in this shit. I'm just back in this shit. I'm back in this shit. I'm just back in this shit. Nah, I'm back in this shit. I'm back in this shit. I'm back in this shit. Yeah.
What's up? It's Nolan back again with another episode of Sounds of the Future TV. Who are we joined with today?
Jamara Taylor, the Uptown girl.
Thank you so much for joining us. So I want to go all the way back to when you first started making music. What really inspired you to pursue a career in music?
Well, since I was a kid, I always wanted to be a huge superstar. The next Beyonce is what I would say. I used to run around singing and dancing in the house all day, every day. I went to high school, started a dance team, went to college, taught dance after college, and kind of the 9-to-5 life kind of took over, and you kind of lose sight of your vision and your dreams that you had when you were a kid. But then COVID hit, and then that's when I was like, let me just try to do what I said I wanted to do when I was 8 years old, and now we're here.
Do you feel like a lot of people in the industry, they feel like music is their purpose and they were kind of born here and brought here to do that? Do you feel like the 9-to-5 life just wasn't for you, and then this was kind of your calling and this is how you are able to express your gifts?
I feel like no matter what the job title is, you're just the vessel for the mission and the purpose anyway. So no matter where I go, I always find a way to have the common denominator, which to me is personal development and inspiring people. So whether I'm teaching dance, which is what I do in my 9-to-5, or if I'm doing a planner, like I'm making a productivity planner for personal growth, or if I'm rapping about personal development, it's all personal development, no matter what the job is. So I always found my way back to the calling. It's just better now because it's more authentic to what I really, really, really wanted to do when I was a kid. So
nice. So now to get into the type of music you make, where would you kind of say your biggest inspirations are? Where do you pull from artistically, and what is also your creative process? Like, how do you craft songs?
Definitely Beyonce, like I mentioned before, inspired me to perform and like be a superstar. Michael Jackson as well. Vocalists, Brandy, Tamia, rappers, Jay-Z, Cameron, Jadakiss, DMX. I have a lot of inspiration, and I think that reflects in my music. It's very diverse. It's very... I can switch lanes. I can rap on a house beat one minute. I can rap on a drill beat another. And the common denominator is just going to be bars and personal development. My process is kind of like academic in a way. I usually write bars almost like I'm writing essays. So I'll pick a theme and then I'll just go and write the lyrics, and then I'll find the beat later, or somebody will give me a beat and I'll write to it. So it really just depends.
Nice. So you mentioned earlier you're from Uptown, correct? And you were born and raised?
Yeah, well, I was born in Manhattan, raised in the Bronx, and I moved to Harlem when I was like 12. Okay. So I just say Uptown girl because I can't choose like which one to claim.
So to talk about someone who grew up in New York and got to experience the music scene, and especially when you mentioned your influence and stuff like that, a lot of New York names and New York artists, especially in the old school, were referenced. Yeah. So what are your thoughts on as someone who is now experiencing the New York music scene in the present day, what are your thoughts on it? Do you feel like it is getting back to form, or do you feel like it's kind of straying away from where it once was and the prominence it once had?
This is a weighted question for me, because for me, rap, obviously the definition is rhythm and poetry, right? And it started for a very specific purpose, and as it evolved, we kind of steered away from that purpose. We got a little bit more experimental, whatever the case may be, and everything has a sound, everything has a lane, but I particularly care for lyricism the most. Like I respect a pen, and that's one thing that I pride myself on is my pen. So do I feel like the pen has been penning lately? Not really. But again, everybody has their own ear. Everybody has their own sound. Like I've heard things like, oh, no, nobody want to have a dictionary in the club. But then there's some people who do want to have a dictionary in the club. So it's just whatever is your thing, that's what you do, and your audience will catch it, and that's it. So for me, I like a mix of both. Like I want you to catch what I'm throwing, but still dance while you're doing it. Like I don't want you to have to think too hard, but I do want you to use your brain, you know?
Nice. So now to shift into kind of industry related question. As someone who is progressing in their career, how long have you been making music for, by the way?
This is going to be the third year. Third year, yeah.
So you've obviously gone through a lot already with what comes in the music industry, and I'm assuming learned a lot of lessons. So when that time comes when you get approached by whether it be major labels or just people with contracts and stuff like that, What is your opinion on that? Because in past interviews, people have referenced kind of a hesitant nature on signing contracts based on what they've heard. The music industry, like scary stories, pretty much. What are your thoughts on that? And is that something that you are open to, or would you prefer to be more so independent and stay with your team where you're at now?
Well, when I first started, the goal was kind of to just get my feet wet and really see how far I could take it. But now at this point in my music career, I have a goal to be known as one of the best female lyricists out of New York City. So if that means that a label has to work with me, or I should collaborate with a label, whether it be a distribution deal or, getting management, something that's gonna make that goal come true is what I'm willing to do. And I think, I just gotta be smart about reading the contracts and making sure that, everything is clear and I understand what I'm doing. And I think I'll be fine.
So to even expand beyond music too, you mentioned how you're also you coach dance, correct?
Yeah.
So not even in that sense, but just in the sense of expanding your taste of getting into maybe fashion or getting into different industries, business, real estate. Is that something that you are interested in? And I always reference Travis Scott, who is someone who is not only an artist but is a brand now. Do you want to be that status and the superstar status, like you said? Absolutely.
Because the mission is still there, inspire everybody to live their best life and level up. So however many people I can touch while doing that is what I want. And I definitely want to own my own dance and creative studio. And I have a dance company, Supreme Dance Company. So I want to have my studio, my company, my productivity line for personal development, and just have a modge podge of creativity, and people could just flourish and let their dreams come true at the same time. That's what I want.
Nice. So to also reference your dance career and your team you coach, what are you able to bring from dance into the music industry? Although it may not be directly something, is it something that maybe a lesson or a message that you carry from one field into the other and vice versa?
As far as a message, I would say the theme is similar, storytelling. You really need to be a good storyteller as a dancer, because you can't talk. You have to move your body, and you have to evoke a certain emotion while you're doing it. So I definitely carry that over into the industry. And along with storytelling is authenticity. Remaining true to myself on the dance floor and on the mic is my main goal, is to just stay true to myself and be known for what I love doing, regardless of if it's dancing or rapping.
Obviously on Sounds of the Future, we're gonna talk about the future a little bit, but I wanna talk about kind of like a 5-year plan, I guess. Where do you see yourself in your career 5 years from now?
Like I said, I want my city to know me. I want everybody to know Big Mara Mondays. I want them to know me as the best female lyricist, one of the best female lyricists from New York City, period. At least New York, I would like them to know that. Now, if other people know it too, that's cool, but I at least need my town to know that. Like I said, I would like to have a studio, hopefully have a family by then, and have a thriving dance team that's won multiple titles and competitions, and have a thriving productivity line, and have a lot of people who have made their dreams come true because they saw me doing it and they got inspired to do so. That will be what I would want in 5 years.
And I got 2 more questions for you. Do you have any upcoming work, past projects, future projects, stuff you want to promote, live shows, all that stuff?
Yes. So my first project, Uptown Girl, the EP is already out. It has 5 songs, and it's inspired by my hip hop influences I mentioned earlier. I also released a song called Say Less after that, and a single called Switch, which I just dropped. That's on a house beat. And in the future, you could look forward to Miss Mara, the Uptown Girl Part 2. And I'm going to go a little bit deeper into the backstory of my life and why I rapped the way I rapped on the first one, because people said it could be a little bit off-putting to the guys, but I kind of provided some context as to why that is on the next project. So y'all stay tuned for that.
All right, and last question, do you have any words from the future that you would want to give to the audience advice-wise, any message?
Words from the future?
Yeah.
5, 6, 7, 8, you got this. Keep going. Everything works out the way it's supposed to. And you're amazing. So just keep going.
All right. That's a beautiful lasting message. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
As another episode of Sounds of Future TV, signing out.
Thank you.
Back in the field, back like I never left, ready to spill. Only got one shot, I go for the kill. Could've went platinum with thoughts it's a drill, but I found a better way without a deal.